Hello! How you guys doing out there in the internet land? This is Evan Rogers coming at you with another examples and practice from my website. One of my lamps almost fell over. I am seriously using just regular old lamps that are sitting in front of me. So this is for lesson 9, counting things with adjectives, to and na. Oh, sorry, counting things with adjectives. I got a little bit creative with the name. Pretty lame, though. New grammar that we've encountered already in the video above. However, new grammar, we did the to particle. We introduced different types of adjectives. There's the e adjective and the na adjective, which they're important to realize the difference because they are treated differently, as explained above. And to count things that we're not really sure how to count. I'm not sure if we've introduced counters yet. However, in Japanese, depending on the size, shape, and type of the object that you're counting, it gets counted differently. You count it a different way, and those are called counters, the different ways that you count. This is just things in general. Like, kids don't know what the proper term is for counting, and so they use this system. Some people, I think, call this the Chinese counting system. Not 100% sure if that's accurate or not. Number 1. 1つ、2つ、3つ、4つ、5つ、6つ、7つ、8つ、9つ、to. And then in case you missed it, the question word is like for how many, you'd say ikutsu. Be careful, ikutsu is not number 1, which might be considered ichi. So try not to confuse those two. Still coming off that cold. Alright, examples. We're looking at the examples. It's a very short list apparently, so hopefully that'll keep this short. Number 1. 昨日店で新しい単券を3つ買いました。昨日 yesterday. 店で at the store. An action happened. 新しい単券 new dagger. を3つ 3 買いました。I bought 3 new daggers at the store yesterday. Number 2. ゴブリンとコボルドがいます。Goblin to kobold. Goblins and kobolds ga imasu. There are goblins and kobolds somewhere existing. They exist somewhere. Once again, excuse me. Wizards to hanashimasu. If I'm not mistaken, you can also use ni here for the particle with a wizard. However, to is like you're talking with the individual. Wizards to hanashimasu. You're talking with the wizard, like having a conversation with them. Kirei na rogu wa abunai desu. Kirei na, notice the na particle there. Kirei na rogu ga abunai desu. Kirei na rogu wa abunai desu. The pretty rogue is dangerous, or pretty rogues are dangerous, depending on the situation. Anata wa kirei desu. You are pretty. Notice there's no na between kirei and desu. That's because when coming before a verb, you don't need that kirei. Or sorry, when the na adjective is not modifying a noun, like directly modifying the noun in front of it, you don't get the na. Okay. 6. 兄弟な犬ですか? 兄弟な犬ですか? Is it a giant dog? Giant is 兄弟. 兄弟な犬ですか? Notice the na is between the two, the adjective and the noun, because that's the way it works. 剣がいくつありますか? 剣がいくつありますか? Kens, swords, how many does there be? How many swords do you have? How many swords are there? 洞窟で, this is a long one. 洞窟でクレリックが危ない呪文を化け物にかけました。The verb is かけました. He cast something. 呪文をかけました. He cast a spell. Notice how I skipped the bakemono because I wanted to know what he cast. The o particle tells you what? 呪文をkakemashita. He cast a spell. What did he cast it at? Bakemono ni is the target at the brain part, the monster. So he cast a spell at the monster. Abunai jumon o. Oh, so it wasn't just any spell. It was a dangerous spell. Abunai jumon o bakemono ni kakemashita. Well, who are we even talking about? Oh, that's right. Kureriku ga. The cleric did cast a dangerous spell at the monster. Where did he do it? Dokutsu de. This is a very particle-intensive sentence. That's why I put it down there. Dokutsu de kureriku ga. 危ない呪文を、化け物にかけました。洞窟でクレリックが危ない呪文を化け物にかけました。In the cave, the cleric cast a dangerous spell at a monster. これは古い剣です。The next one. これは古い剣です。This is a old sword. Alright, 巨大なネズミを殺しました。巨大なネズミを殺しました。When I finally get around to, creating adventures for you guys to play in Japanese. Hopefully that'll be soon, rather than later. There's going to be some big rats in there because it's an easy level 1 encounter. Kyodai na nezumi o koroshimashita. Alright, number 11. Mise de atarashii ken ga 2つあります. Boom, that sentence is incorrect. I just caught myself in a mistake. That should be mise ni. And why should it not be de? Can you ask yourselves that question? Because I screwed up, and by the time you see this, you're going to be wondering what I'm talking about. Number 11 right now, as written, says mise de, and I screwed up. It should be mise ni. Why ni, not de? Pop quiz. Did you say, because there's an action happening at the store? If so, you're wrong. There's no action happening at the store. Existing is happening at the store, and thus it needs ni. It's not an action verb. So it should be, and what it says now is mise ni atarashi ken ga 2つあります. There are 2 new swords at the store. Number 12. Barbarian wa 2つの斧があります. As for the barbarian wa 2つのono, 2 axes, があります. There are. You can count like this. 2つのono. Sometimes sentences really get confusing and you need to throw the number before a noun, and you can throw the no in between the number and the object that you're counting. 2つの探検を使いました. 2つの探検を使いました. 使いました used. 2つ 2. 2つの探検 2 daggers. I used 2 daggers. You're the shopkeeper. Practice. Number 1. You're the shopkeeper. Make a list of the inventory. Use complete sentences. So just basically, I have this. I have this. We have this. So, for example, mise ni, not de, mise ni atarashii ken ga to arimasu. Number 5. Sorry, the next one, which has a 5 in front of it. Derp. Word for big. Oki. Word for mace, tsuchihoko. Does there need to be a na between oki and tsuchihoko? If you answered yes, you're wrong! Feel bad. No, oki is an e adjective. So oki tsuchihoko ga, how many? Itsutsu arimasu. Itsutsu. There we go. There's a joke that, maybe I did this in the video. Ichi, tsutsu. So it's itsutsu, 5, 1, 2, 2. Anyway, dumb joke. Alright, number 3. It is number 3, and it has the number 3. Great. 3 small daggers. Word for small, chisai. Daggers, tanken. Chisai tanken. Is there another? No, it's an e adjective. Chisai tanken ga 3つあります. There are 3 small daggers. Alright, hopefully you figured out the pattern. There is only one of those is a not adjective, the giant shield, so be careful. Number 2, your party needs advice. Ask your party who talked with the following people. Who did you talk to? Or ask your party who did talk to these people. So it's going to be kind of like dare ga person to hanashimashita ka. It's pretty much that simple. Just do that a few times. So the king, what's the word for king? It's o-sama. So dare ga o-sama to hanashimashita ka? Dare ga wizard to hanashimashita? Dare ga iban to hanashimashita ka? Dumb joke. Alright, number 3. Pretty much that's the pattern. Number 3. Translate the following story into Japanese. Holy moly, I'm throwing a doomsday at you. Can you handle it? Beyonce, can you handle it? Alright. A barbarian, a rogue, a wizard, and myself went to the forest. To particle up the wazoo. Yeah, you can use it more than once. It does get kind of annoying, but yeah, you can use it more than once. So, barbarian to, rogue to, wizard to, watashi ga hayashi ni ikimashita. Past tense, went. We saw a goblin and a kobold. Do we need to say all of those people again? Because it says we? No, that's really annoying. So totally just leave out the subject. Just ditch it. You don't need it. Don't be Japanese 1. If you don't need the subject, don't put it in there. We saw a goblin and a kobold. So what did you see? Goblin to koboldo. Do we put another to here? Goblin to koboldo to? No. O mimashita. Goblin to koboldo o mimashita. The goblin had 2 small daggers. Oh my goodness, that goblin is scary with his small daggers. Goblin wa. Why did I use wa and not ga there? I can't do Jack Black's eyebrow thing. Okay, the goblin had 2 small daggers. There were 2 things that we were talking about, and I'm specifying one of them. So you're kind of differentiating one of the subjects that we're talking about against one of the other ones. So goblin wa as opposed to ga. Goblin wa small dagger. Chisai tanken ga 2つありました. The kobold had a bow and 6 arrows. Okay, so koboldo wa yumi to ro. That's right. 6つの矢がありました. I was about to use the appropriate counter for arrows, which would be hon, unless I'm mistaken. Actually, there might be an even fancier one. I think it might actually be ya. Anyway, the kobold had a bow and 6 arrows. Koboldo wa yumi to 6つの矢がありました. And basically stuff that's very similar to the examples in this lesson and in previous lessons are the rest of the sentences. Hopefully you can handle that. You've seen how the to particle works enough to deal with that. Answer these questions hopefully in Japanese, and if you need to in English. Number 1. 明日誰と昼ご飯を食べますか? The verb is eat, 食べますか? What are we going to eat? Hiru gohan o tabemasu. So we're going to be eating lunch. Excuse me, it's a question. And the question is, because we have a question word in the sentence, dare to. Dare to hiru gohan o tabemasu ka? And then there's a time word in the beginning, ashita. So tomorrow, who will you be eating lunch with? I don't know. Eban sensei to hiru gohan o tabemasu. Or, I don't know, you can just say, I don't know, people like Doctor Who, I suppose. Doctor Who to hiru gohan o tabemasu. Yeah, just things like that. Number 2. Kino doko de tsuchihoko o 2つ取りましたか? Ooh, what's the verb? Took. What did we take? Well, there's 2 of something. Okay, so we took 2 things. What are the things? What particle are we looking for? We're looking for the O particle. Tsuchihoko, axe. I'm sorry, mace. Derp. Mace. Tsuchihoko o 2つ取りました. Took 2 maces. But it's a question. What's the question word? Doko de. Where did it happen? Doko de tsuchihoko o 2つ取りましたか? Kino. Where did you take 2 maces yesterday? Make it up on your own. Mise de torimashita. I took it at the store. I took it from the store. Mise kara, if we learned that yet. You can use particles like that for any location. Hayashi de torimashita. I took them at the forest. Excuse me. Senshu barbarian to nani o tabemashita ka? Senshu, time frame, last week. Barbarian to, with the barbarian. Nani o, what? Tabemashita ka? Did you eat? I'm hoping that'll be the icon. Or the, what do they call that when you click on the YouTube videos, the picture. I'm learning how to make those not suck, so give me a while. Sensu, barbarian to nani o tabemashita ga? What'd you eat with the barbarian last week? The rest of the sentences act very similar to these. If you don't know some of these vocabulary, we're getting to the point where you probably don't know a lot of these vocabulary, because you just plain old forgotten them. There's a dictionary on the website. It is organized by hiragana style, so a, I, u, e, o, kaki, kuke, ko, sashi, susu, so, tachi, tuteto, etc., etc. And a before e, except, and e is also before u, which is after e, which is before, the hiragana chart. Alright, so it's also organized by word type. That might be annoying. However, the joyous part is it's online. Control F, or I think it's Apple F for you Mac users or Apple users. You should be able to just find the word that you're looking for, copy, paste it into the Control F thing, and then it'll just bing. There's the word you're looking for. All right. Hope this was helpful. Evan's Easy Japanese. Have yourself a wondiferous day of excitement. Do something exciting. Have a great day.